Have you ever wondered why it hurts so much to chase love that doesn't return the same energy? Why you end up feeling small after giving so much? Why your heart keeps whispering, "Maybe if I just try harder, he'll finally see me." But here's the truth. No one teaches early enough. Chasing love doesn't lead to being loved. It leads to being used, overlooked, and left wondering if you were ever enough. And the harshest part, the more you chase, the more you forget who you are. There's a silent heartbreak in always reaching while he stays still, in always being the one to fix, to call, to explain. You start molding yourself into shapes that don't fit just to hold on to someone who barely tries to hold you. That's not love. That's self-betrayal dressed in hope. And once you learn this simple mindset, this one shift, you'll never chase again. Because you'll realize that the one who truly sees you will never have to be convinced. Seneca once said, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." And that's exactly what happens in love. You fear being alone like it's the end, and you chase someone like you have forever to lose yourself. But the moment you stop chasing, the moment you choose stillness over striving, you become powerful in a way that shocks him, because nothing shakes a man more than the silence of the woman he thought would always be there. Think of a magnet. When you hold it too close to the wrong material, it doesn't stick. But when the right energy shows up, it connects effortlessly. That's how love works. Real attraction isn't forced. It's not begged for. It's drawn in by presence, not pursuit. And once you understand that, your whole story changes. This isn't about punishing him. This isn't about making him feel what you felt. This is about choosing peace over panic, power over pleading. Because you were never meant to beg for a place in someone's life, you were meant to reign in your own. And now, lovely woman, here is where the shift begins. You are not the one who chases anymore. You are not the one who waits, hopes, and stretches yourself to be chosen. From this moment on, you live as a queen. You attract, not chase. You sit on the throne of self-respect, and you let love come to you with honor, not excuses. Write this in the comments and claim it. I attract, I don't chase. If this message reminded you of your power, like the video and subscribe. We're building an empire of queens, and your crown is already waiting. Let's move towards what's next. Number 1. He took your effort for granted because you gave it without making him earn it. Have you ever given so much to a man that you started feeling like less? Have you ever poured all your love, time, energy, just hoping he would finally see your worth? You stayed up waiting for replies. You forgave things that made your heart heavy. You showed up again and again while he barely moved. And the hardest part, he didn't value it. Not because you weren't worthy, but because he never had to work for it. The love that comes without effort is often the love taken most for granted. That's the trap. You didn't just give him your heart. You gave it wrapped in silence, hoping he'd be gentle with it. But when you hand over everything without making him earn a single piece, he starts believing that your presence is permanent, that no matter how he acts, you'll stay. That's when he forgets your value. That's when he gets comfortable treating you like an option, not a priority. There's a quote that says, "People value what they fight for, not what they're handed." And in love, this couldn't be more true. When you give yourself away too easily, too fast, You rob him of the chance to rise, to pursue, to show you that he wants you. And once you stop chasing, once you shift that energy back to yourself, you'll see what you were missing all along, your own power. Imagine a garden. If it rains every day without effort, people stop noticing the beauty of the flowers. But if rain is rare, it's cherished. People prepare for it. They wait for it. They respect it. That's you. You're not here to water his life endlessly while yours runs dry. You are not a source for someone who doesn't even try to refill your soul. And this is where the transformation begins. Beautiful woman, the moment you stop giving to a man who doesn't value your effort, you start remembering who you are. You are not desperate. You are not replaceable. You're not weak for loving, but you are done proving that love to someone who never earned it. This is your turning point. From now on, you don't chase, you attract. You sit in your strength. You hold your love with grace and wait for the one who shows he's ready for it. Because the right one won't need convincing. He'll step up or step out of your way. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. My effort is earned, not expected. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to bring you the truth, the power, and the life-changing lessons you deserve. Your time is now. Let's move towards number 2. He didn't leave because you weren't enough. He left because you made it too easy. Have you ever asked yourself why he walked away, even after you gave him everything? Why he chose distance over depth, silence over sincerity? It's a pain that stings deeper than words, especially when your heart was wide open. But here's a truth most people don't want to face. He didn't leave because you weren't enough. He left because you made it too easy to take you for granted. When love is handed over without being earned, it loses its value in his eyes. You gave your time, your loyalty, your softness, and your strength without ever making him prove that he was ready to handle all that. You showed up when he barely tried. You stayed when he gave excuses. And slowly, without even realizing it, you taught him that your love was permanent, even if his effort was temporary. There's a quote that says, "When something is always available, it stops feeling special." That's what happened. He didn't have to chase. He didn't have to show up fully. And so, he didn't. But this is not your defeat. This is your awakening. Because once you learn the mindset of holding your standard instead of lowering it for him, everything changes. Think of yourself as a rare flower in a high garden. Not everyone deserves access. Not everyone is strong enough to climb the hill to reach you. But what did you do? You brought yourself down from the mountain, hoping he would notice your beauty up close. And what did he do? He admired you for a moment, then walked away like it meant nothing. But now you rise again, higher than ever, because you're done giving discounts to someone who never deserved your full price. This is your shift, from giving too much to guarding your energy, from proving your worth to standing in it, from chasing him to watching him feel your absence. Because when you stop making it easy, he starts realizing what it cost to lose you. Dear beautiful woman, this pain is not your ending. It's your breakthrough. From this moment forward, you do not chase, you do not beg, you reign. Because you are not less, you were just too available for a heart that wasn't prepared to hold you right. Queens, Write this in the comments and claim it. No more making it easy. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons. Your crown isn't lost. It's right where you left it, waiting for you to rise. Number 3. You're not a rescue mission. You're a reward. Have you ever asked yourself why you keep showing up like it's your job to fix what he broke? To carry the weight of both your love and his confusion? Why you've turned your heart into a shelter for a man who never learned how to weather storms? It's because you were taught to love like a healer, like a rescuer. But you were never supposed to be his rescue mission. You were always the reward. He just couldn't see it. When you keep chasing a man who clearly isn't rising to meet you, you start shrinking yourself just to keep him from leaving. You start taking on his problems like they're your responsibility. You start believing that if you love him harder, he'll finally become the man you see in your head. But he won't. And that's not your fault. Because love is not about saving him from his own demons. It's about meeting someone who has already decided to rise for you. A powerful quote says, "You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep him warm." And Queen, once you learn that, you will never chase again. Because real love does not demand you burn out for it. Real love meets you where you are and lifts with you, not weighs you down. Think of yourself as a golden crown placed on velvet. A crown is never handed out for free. A crown is earned. The man who understands your value will not need to be convinced, begged, or reminded. He'll come correct. He will rise, not expect you to sink. But the man who expects you to carry him, that's not your king. That's dead weight pretending to be destiny. This is the mindset shift. The moment you stop chasing and start living like the reward that you are, everything changes. You stop attracting little boys who need healing and start drawing in men who come whole, ready, and willing. You stop begging for the bare minimum and start commanding presence without ever raising your voice. You are not a fixer. You are not a nurse. You are not his mother. You are the prize, the destination, the reward for the man bold enough to love you right. Dear lady, this is where you rise. No more chasing broken promises. No more begging for basic love. You are stepping into your era, the era of being chosen without chasing, loved without labor, and valued without conditions. You were never meant to fix him. You were meant to reign. Write this in the comments and claim it, queens. I'm not his rescue. I'm the reward. We are working hard to bring you these life-changing truths because every queen deserves to remember her power. Number 4. Every time you chase, you teach him to run. Have you ever felt like the harder you tried to hold on to him, the further he drifted away? Like every time you reached out, he pulled back just a little more. It's painful, confusing, and it leaves you wondering, why does chasing love feel like losing yourself? But here's the truth most women never hear. Every time you chase, you teach him to run. And once he learns that you'll always follow, he'll stop showing up fully because he never had to. When you chase, you're telling him he's the prize. You're showing him that your heart is available for free, that he can disappear, pull back, stay quiet, and you'll still come looking. But what happens when you stop? When you stay still, silent, and centered? That's when everything changes. Because nothing makes a man question his choices more than the woman who used to chase, choosing not to anymore. There's a quote that says, "You can't catch what was never meant to be caught." And in love, that hits deep. You're not meant to run after anyone. You're not built to prove your worth to a man who can't see it without being reminded. The love that's meant for you will move toward you, not away from you. Think of a flame. When you chase it with your hands, it flickers and dies. But when you protect it, when you let it burn on its own, it grows stronger. Your energy, your presence, your love, it's that flame. And the right man won't need to be convinced. He'll feel the warmth. He'll move toward it. He'll honor it. At first, this shift might feel like loss, like you're letting go of someone you wanted so badly to stay. But what you're really letting go of is the habit of betraying yourself to keep his attention. And when that breaks, you become unstoppable. Now, beautiful woman, this is your turning point. You've chased long enough. You've explained enough. You've cried enough. It's time to stop running and start rising, because you are not the one who begs. You are not the one who proves. You are the one who attracts, commands, reigns. Write this in the comments and claim it. I stop chasing. I start rising. Queens, if this message touched something deep inside you, like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to bring you life-changing truths that remind you you were never meant to chase. You were meant to reign. Number 5. Letting go isn't weakness. It's the ultimate power move. Have you ever noticed how hard it is to let go of someone who meant the world to you, even when you know deep down he's no longer choosing you? How your heart keeps reaching out, hoping maybe one day he'll come back and see your worth. But here's the truth. Letting go of him isn't giving up. It's the boldest thing you'll ever do. It's not weakness. It's the moment you stop shrinking just to fit into the space he never truly made for you. He thought you'd stay. He thought your heart would keep chasing, keep waiting, keep breaking. Because that's what you always did, right? You showed up with love, with patience, with grace, even when he gave you the bare minimum. But he never expected the day you'd get quiet. He never expected the moment you'd finally let go and never look back. That's what shakes him. Not the anger, not the words, but the stillness, the silence, the peace in your decision. Strength is not holding on, someone once said, but knowing when to let go. Letting go doesn't mean your love wasn't real. It means you finally realized that loving yourself has to come first. And when you stop reaching for him, you begin reaching into the life that was waiting for you all along. Picture a bird that's been trying to build a nest on a tree that keeps shaking. Every time she gathers pieces of herself, the branch moves, the storm hits, and she's left starting over. Until one day, she flies off. Not because she gave up on love, but because she finally understood that stability should never be begged for. That's what letting go is. Choosing peace over chaos. Choosing yourself over confusion. And now, beautiful lady, this is the shift. You are not weak for letting him go. You are wise. You are powerful. You are stepping into the version of yourself that no longer begs to be seen. From this moment on, you live like the queen you were born to be. You do not chase. You do not plead. You choose yourself with every breath, every step, every decision. Let this truth settle in your spirit. Letting go is how I rise. Write this in the comments and claim it, queens. Let it echo through your soul. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons because your crown was never meant to be lost. It was meant to be worn. Let's move forward. Number 6. You were the storm. he thought he could shelter from, until he realized you were the sky. Have you ever been blamed for being too much, too intense, too emotional? Has he ever made you feel like your passion was the problem, like your standards, your voice, your energy were things he had to manage or tone down? He didn't understand you, not really. He thought he was dealing with a momentary storm, something wild but temporary. He thought he could stand through it, shelter himself from it, and then move on to easier skies. But what he didn't realize is that you were never just a storm. You were the whole sky. And the moment he let go, he lost the one force he could never escape. There is a special kind of silence that follows when a woman stops chasing, when she stops calling, stops explaining, stops justifying her love. It's not cold, it's not cruel, it's powerful, because that's the moment the storm doesn't rage, it evolves. And that's when he realizes he wasn't dealing with chaos. He was witnessing something sacred. As poet Atticus once wrote, "She wasn't looking for a knight, she was looking for a sword." You weren't looking for him to save you. You were never asking for a savior. You were offering your world, your loyalty, your light. But he didn't see it. He mistook your fire for a threat instead of a gift. He wanted you to dim down so he could shine brighter. He wanted your love, but not the mirror that came with it. And now that you've gone quiet, now that your storm no longer reaches his side, he feels it, the absence of the entire sky. Imagine a man sitting under a clear blue sky, taking it for granted. The sun, the breeze, the clouds, all are given. Then, one day, it all disappears. The warmth gone, the light vanished. He didn't know how much he depended on it until it no longer belonged to him. That is exactly how he feels now. He thought you were overwhelming until your silence became his deepest ache. And beautiful lady, this is your turning point. You are not chasing anymore. You are not adjusting your skies for a man who couldn't weather your soul. From now on, you live as the sky, vast, limitless, and free. The right man won't shelter from you. He will rise with you. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I am the sky, not the storm. We're working every day to bring you life-changing lessons because your crown has always been waiting. Let's move towards number 7. The day you stop running is the day he starts chasing shadows of what he lost. Have you ever seen a woman stop mid-step, not because she gave up, but because she woke up? One moment she's reaching, giving, hoping, and then silence. Not the kind of silence that comes from sadness, but the kind that shifts the entire room. That's the silence he wasn't ready for. That's the moment he starts to feel something unfamiliar, loss. Because the day you stop running after him is the day he starts chasing shadows of everything he took for granted. He thought you'd always be there, thought your love would wait at the door, patient and loyal. He believed you'd always be the first to message, the one to forgive, the one to bend. But something inside you changed. Not overnight, but slowly. As the silence between his actions and your expectations grew louder. And when you finally stop, that's when he starts feeling your absence like a weight. There's a quote that says, "Some people only learn the value of light when they've lived too long in the dark." And he's about to learn that the warmth he once dismissed was the only fire that ever truly knew how to love him. He traded real for easy. He chose comfort over character. And now, He searches for traces of you in places that no longer echo your name. Think of a woman who's always been the ocean, deep, wild, giving. She kept pouring herself into a man who only ever stood at the edge. He never dared to dive in, but when the tide finally pulled back, he was left stranded, staring at a horizon he no longer had access to. And now, he's thirsty for what he'll never taste again. But you, dear lady, you are not that same woman anymore. That girl who chased is gone. What stands now is a force, a presence, a queen. And a queen does not chase. She chooses, she attracts, she reigns. The moment you stop running is the moment your power returned to you. Let him chase memories. Let him sit in silence with the ghost of your love. You are not the woman he used to know. You are the woman he can never reach again. Write this in the comments and claim it. I stopped running. I started rising. Queens, if this message woke something in you, like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you real, life-changing lessons. Because your story isn't about chasing, it's about ruling.